black woman. They're gonna gang up against this church, and when it all comes to, some of those were mangas, some of those were in a school setting, like the vampire when he was caught, he had dreads. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It is your girl Eternity Renee, and in today's video we're going to be talking about my 5-star reads so far from this year. So as of today, which is August 19th, I have read 40 books, which is pretty good for a full-time college student and stay-at-home mom. So out of those 40 books, I've only gave 6 5-stars. You heard it, 6. With that being said, we're going to be jumping into my 5-star reads for 2026 so far. So I have a stack that I'm really surprised about, okay? I'll pop up some of my recent 5-star reads from 2025 and 2026. Some of those were mangas. Some of those were spicy, cute novellas. This year, things have changed. Then my first 5-star of 2026 was no other than The Yellow Wife by Sadiqa Johnson. Do y'all see all these tabs in here, child? Child. This is my first ever historical fiction book, for one. For two, it was based in my hometown. Y'all, when I tell y'all, I was like, it's no way. I remember going to the Rocks, going downtown Bells Island. Like, that was where you wanted to be in high school on the weekends, Friday night, other than like skating when we were doing Skateland and stuff like that. But girl, everybody wanted to be at the Rocks. And the fact that this is based off of that same area, that was actually a plantation, like, you can see in the acknowledgments that she wrote this book based on a real woman's story. So I genuinely think, like, this ain't that far from the truth. So I was mind blown. This book had me gagged. This book actually made me go into like a low-key of book slump, because I think after this, everything I was reading was like 3 stars back to back to back. Y'all, when I tell y'all I cried at some of these scenes, I was like, as a black woman, to have to deal with that. Child. Tell me why. I can't even tell y'all because it's a spoiler. Read the book. And when you don't read the book, message me on Instagram. I will literally talk to you about this book for hours, because when I tell y'all, this character had to be so strong for herself, for her children, for the other slaves around her, for everybody that was on Devil's Acres. I think that's what it was called. But it's just crazy because knowing these places that they're talking about, and I grew up in the city and like, well, the county, which is outside of the city, whatever. I grew up in that area, and we weren't taught these kind of things in school. And the fact that she had to do her own individual research on this book, like on the topic before writing this book, really had me intrigued. So safe to say, this is probably the #1. I read this over 4-5 months ago. This is probably #1. We're on to the first book that I do not have physically. I made a journal spread for it, so I'm gonna flip back to my journal spread and just give y'all my thoughts. The author is actually on here twice, which is even more mind-blowing to me. Okay, the first book I want to talk about is Until Next Summer. This is by Allie Brady. This is a women's fiction book, which I did not know that going in. I expected it to be a cute summer romance, which it was not. Which I'm actually glad. So it says, this story is about 2 estranged besties who was everything I did not know I needed. The dual POV was done so well. Jesse and Hillary were so much alike yet so different. Safe to say, after reading this, I am yearning for a true friendship that is this deep and meaningful and fun, plus small pieces of romance for both women, campfires, s'mores, playing games. I can see why people were a little bit misled due to the fact that the cover is both couples. So I can understand that, okay? The cover has both couples, so you think you're gonna be more specifically focused on their relationship. Granted, I did not read the synopses. I had a 5-star prior to this from this author, so I seen the cover, was like, I'm listening to the audiobook. At one point, I felt like the friendship was overpowering them individually, but then as the story progressed further, I understood that this is what this book was about. This book was not just about one woman's journey finding herself after potentially losing her lifelong job. This is about their friendship and how they can navigate, you know, those current circumstances that each women are facing. So I did really enjoy this book. On the Ali Brady train, I have Battle of the Bookstores. Y'all, this is just so freaking cute. I ate this book up. Like, this is all I can think about. This is about two rival bookstore owners who are competing for one position because their bookstores are going to merge together. Now, amongst their rivalry in person, both of them are using this app that anonymous bookish people use, and you can kind of like converse with people in the DM. These two have been DMing each other for a while, building a very close-knit relationship, and he finds out that she's her first, but he doesn't really know how to like explain that. So you navigate that. I love that he owns a romance bookstore. That was just so cute. This book is all I can think about. It was just so adorable. I love the banter. I love that our female character was more reserved. I feel like sometimes we get it the other way around where the FMC is very outgoing, she's very charismatic, but this one is very reserved, very shy, and people say she's strict and kind of straightforward. I just loved it. I love the romance only bookstore. I love the general fiction bookstore. It was really, really cute. So that's another 5-star. Okay. The last 3 books that I mind blown are 5 stars. They are all fantasy and romantasy. Who am I? Like, hello? I'm almost 27. I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. Half of my favorite reads for 2026 is fantasy. Okay, let's talk about the Don Dada that started this off first. Watch my Immortal Dark reading vlog. I gave it 4 stars in the vlog. Honey, as much as I think about Keaton and say Senyus Siged, I'm gonna get your name right one day, boo. But as much as I think about them too, I was like, yo, I went back and changed my rating. This is a 5-star. This is a 5-star. Yes, it is slow burn. Yes, it does take a long time to get in there. But the amount of times that I think about these characters and I want to get back in this world, yes, I can read Eternal Ruin, but then the 3rd book does not come out until the end of January or the beginning of February. I'm trying to pace myself. But I loved this book, okay? Go watch my reading vlog, y'all. If you want black vampires in a school setting, like how Twilight should have been, could have been, but just only the vampire, but he was hot, he had dreads, and he called you Little Bird. Yeah, okay. Anyways, y'all, love the writing style. Tia's autobiography already, okay? This is her first book. She created a whole trilogy, and I know for sure how this book left off. The trilogy is going to be a 5-star series all around the board, okay? I love this book down bad. I think I actually did a journal spread, which I'll do some little b-roll and show y'all my journal spreads too, because I don't really never show my reading journal on YouTube, and I don't know why. Like, I don't really get that, but that's not here nor there. Let me show y'all my my little, I did a yellow wife spread. Look at the yellow wife. So cute. Oh, here go my Immortal Dark. I did a 1-page spread for Immortal Dark. I thought that was really, really cute. I did like a little quote. Now on to a NetGalley arc that made it to a 5-star. Death's Daughter by S.A. Barnes. I ended up getting the advanced listener copy over on NetGalley. Shout out to you, NetGalley. You are the girl. My first book by S.A. Barnes, Dead Silence, I really didn't gravitate towards it. I did read the first chapter in the store one day. Just didn't like the writing style. This, I ate it up. I don't know why. I just feel like our female main character, she was Death's daughter, but her name was Jocasta, and I feel like Jocasta had her own personality outside of Death. I feel like S.A. Barnes did a really, really good job making this character be her own person, because I love reading books about death, dating death, Death's daughter, Death's curse, whatever. The dead, I don't know. I'm just intrigued by that word and title. So when I seen this, I said, is she gonna want to be just like her dad, or is she gonna be better than her dad? It was so many plot twists. There's also like a cozy mystery academia setting going on because she lives near a college campus. So she's trying to have a normal life, and you just kind of watch her remove herself from her father's world, but then also has to be in her father's world to protect the things that she loved and the people that she loved. obsessed, okay? I've been telling everybody and their mama. Whoever would listen when I was reading this book, I was telling you about it. You was on TikTok Live and I seen your TikTok Live. That's Daughter by S.A. Barnes. I'm on Patreon. Other people's Patreon that I pay for, and I'm telling them, read it. Really, really good. I had a fun time, and it's a series. It's called The Children of The Lost Ones, I believe. And I'm gonna pick up every one. I love this edition. I think I'm gonna buy the paperback when it comes out too, because this is just so cute. And the crow does symbolize something in this little thing here too. Like, if you read the book, you'll know. But I think I just enjoyed being in a fantasy world that was also a real world setting. I think that is something that I really, really enjoy. I also enjoy where our female main characters are a little bit unhinged over the people that they love. The only thing I did not necessarily enjoy the most was the spicy scenes. I feel like she could have done it better, but from my understanding, this author does not do spicy scenes. So for their first time, it wasn't bad, but it was a little cringy because it was like real life would be going on and old girl's like, oh, I remember that time we were in the bathtub. Like, honey, the plot just did a twist. So what are we talking about? Get your coochie in check and figure out what the hell is going on. But I can say this, with the audiobook and the narrator, I did not want to stop reading. I didn't want to stop listening. I didn't want to stop cleaning or doing whatever I was doing so I could listen to this audiobook more. And last but not least, coming in at probably number 2, Terror at the Gates by Charlotte St. Clair. Y'all, I did not think I was going to like this book. I was like, oh, this is cute. She looks cute. Love the spray edges. I'm gonna pick it up. Girl, why did I read this in a day? Why have I not thought about anybody else but Lilith? Only Lilith. Like, and I'm just like, what did Charlotte St. Clair put in this book? I cannot wait for Collide at Fate to come out. The fact that I even thought about purchasing the hardback of the same book, I was delusional. Why do I need 2 books of the same book on my shelf? But I might do it the next time I'm at Penny Page. Anyway, see this spread? This spread is everything. I loved it, okay? So for my notes for Terror in the Gates, I did a couple of different quotes. I just love how Zonarive was there for Lilith at so many different phases, but it wasn't like he was overpoweringly being there. In this world of Terror at the Gates, it's kind of like the church lives better than the rest of the communities, okay? In my head, it's kind of like, I wouldn't say like Hunger Games or anything like that, just women are controlled by the men, whether that's in the church or that's outside of the church, whether that's down at the bottom, at the top. The hierarchy is always women being controlled and told what to do, whether that's having children, working, etc. But I put Zonarive was everything I needed and more. He loved Lilith loudly and killed for her even louder. Him calling her little love and the slow burn tension with these two were amazing, okay? I love this quote. I will go to war for you, okay? I will fight endlessly to keep you. Now, he's telling her this. Like, I don't care. I'll keep you the way that you are. I love the way that you are. I'll stay with you, girl, okay? And it says, for you, I have all the time in the world, Lilith. Is such a badass FMC. She went through so much and learned not to take shit from anyone, and then said, fuck the church. Let me show you how to do it, okay? I'm trying not to spoil too much. You follow Lilith and Zonarive as they embark on a mission to discover true power running their world. As their lives intertwine, Lilith realizes Zonarive is more than just a friend, and their devotion to each other is a threat to the truth, to the church, and those who want to tear them down. They're going to gang up against this church, and when it all comes crumbling down, I'm going to be there. Collided Fate, March. I will be there. So yes, guys, these are my 5-star reads so far for 2026. If you are surprised by any of these, if we share some of the same 5-star reads, please let me know down in the comments below, and I will see you guys next week. Peace.